Black and bang, glorious risings, all my beautiful butterflies, beautiful butterflies. Y'all, my tongue got stuck in the top of my mouth. How y'all doing out there in butterfly land? I hope that everybody is doing magnificent, awesome, great, groovy, dandy, delightful, however you feel like doing, as long as it's positive. As for me, myself, and I am doing awesome. You guys, I came to talk to you about what's happening right now. But first, I wanted to give a shout out to all of my subscribers and to all the people who watch me. I want to talk to my subscribers right quick before I jump into everything else. You guys, I believe in reciprocity. If you subscribe to me, I will definitely subscribe to you. However, if I don't know who's subscribing to me, I can't subscribe to you. So make yourself known. Make yourself known below, and I will subscribe to you. Okay, you guys. Yesterday, I received an email. It was in an email or a text. I believe it was an email. I'm not really sure. Not really sure. I can't remember. Anti-who's it? Anyways, I received either an email or a text that was telling me about what was happening with the pipeline, Colonial pipeline, whatever, and what was going on with the gas prices. So that was like yesterday evening. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, shout out to LaShawn, and she told me that there was no gas in a certain area down where I used to live at. And I'm going, huh? And she says, yeah, there was no gas there. So we're conversating back and forth. In the middle of that conversation, my daughter walks into my room and she says, Mom, she says, a friend of hers, shout out Raheem, told her that we needed to get gas before midnight. Mind you guys, it's like after 9. And that there would had soon power outages and things like that. See, when I told you guys that Spirit told me that darkness was coming, I had to tell you guys, I'm not sure of what is happening, but remember. And the reason why I'm saying remember, I'm going to get back into what happened, is because you need to stay positive. You need to keep positive energy in the midst of all of this. Regardless to what it looked like, regardless to what's happening, regardless to what's going on, stay positive. And, okay, so this is after 9, and Raheem says that get gas. He said he just gassed up, and he thought about us, how sweet, and for us to go and get gas as soon as possible. So I wasn't dressed. I had to throw on something right quick. Hubby, my son, my baby boy was at work, and I was, busy sending him texts. Well, we live not even a quarter mile from a gas station. So we get there. Mind you, we're getting there at different times because I stopped next door to tell my neighbor. And I was busy texting with my family, my extended family. Shout out to my family. I love you guys. And letting them know and to gas up. Well, I get back in my car after talking to a neighbor, and I head out to the quarter-mile gas station. You guys, I get there, and there are signs that says no gas, out of gas, out of gas. So my husband said that he blew at me, but he didn't take his cell phone with him. He forgot it. And I didn't hear his car horn. I didn't see him. I didn't see my son. And somehow we all went in different directions. Well, my son and I ended up at the same gas station, and he had gotten there before me because my mind instantly said, don't go further into town, go on the outskirts, because I may be able to get some gas. Well, I'm glad that I followed my first mind. My husband actually went the same direction, but he turned to the right, went off to, I believe it was Sheets. My son and I ended up at Speedway. My other son ended up at another Speedway. Y'all, the lines, the lines were something. But my son was closer in line than I was. And so he gets to the pump and he crosses the car in front of me as he's leaving. And I'm still in line. And there's like 4 or 5 cars in front of me. And the young man that was in front of me got out, pumped the gas, and just as he was leaving, the door springs open to the gas station, and you can hear the gas attendant yelling, "We're out of gas." And I'm like, what? I grabbed my little cards and stuck them in, and I was like, oh no, I'm getting some gas. So I'm squeezing. I'm squeezing. And so the gas started running slow at about $3.93. And y'all, they did gouge. Gas did spring up. Something told me yesterday, I have to start listening to myself when Spirit talks to me. To get my gas, my vehicle was being, had a recall, and so it was being taken care of. And when I got it, I don't like to see my gas tank at half a tank, nor below. I always fill up. And you guys, that's another way to save money. Don't let your gas tank be low, half a tank. Always fill up at half a tank. Anti-hoods anyways. So I get there and I'm squeezing, and the driver behind me comes. He said, "Did you hear what she said?" I said, "Yes." I said, "But I need to get this gas." And he says, "I'm on E." He says, "I didn't know anything." He said, "It came across the news." Well, you guys, I don't have cable, and I don't want cable. Costs too much. Anti-hoods anyways. So he said I was praying as we were coming up to the pump. So I'm trying to hurry and squeeze, the gas in, and hoping that there's some for him before they shut it off. So I told him, I said, "I hope there's enough in there for you to get some gas." So I pull off in a way so whoever's in line behind me, hopefully they can get some gas. Well, the pump that my son used completely just says out of gas, because I could see it, because it was like 2 pumps over. Well, it was the first, second, third. It was the third one, so it's 2 pumps over from where I was at, and the screen just completely went white. And I was like, oh, please, Lord, everybody who's in line be able to get enough gas. You guys, America is really, something is happening here that is abnormal. And I noticed that there's a spike in everything. I know that all our supplies just about are coming from China, and they are gouging on shipping prices. Food prices have gone up, and now with this going on, it's probably going to go through the roof. But here's the thing. There are trucks that have gas. They could have burned that gas up north. You don't need the pipeline. Anti-hoods anyways, I don't even want to get into that, because what I came here to tell you is what Spirit told me to tell you. Do not panic. Do not panic. Do not panic. Please stay positive. Last night, people were honking horns and blowing and arguing, and I had my children on 3-way, and I could hear the people going off. My husband says where he was, someone was going off about the amount of gas. He said normally, the guy said normally it takes him $50 to fill up, and he had to spend $80 last night, and he was cussing and carrying on. Then people were just going at it at the pumps. There's no need to take your frustration out on one another. We're all going through the same things. It's not our fault. It's not the person driving next to you. It's not the person trying to get gas's fault. It's just something that is beyond our control right now, but it's not beyond our government's control. They gave away the power. They gave it away. They granted it to foreigners. Don't get what I'm saying wrong. My grandfather was a foreigner coming into this country. But this is what I want you to understand. A lot of people have come into this country and are granted jobs. They say the jobs that black people won't do. What is it that we haven't done? We have scrubbed toilets, mopped floors, everything. They took the jobs away from us and brought in people to reinforce their whiteness. I'm just going to tell it like it is. I'm going to tell it like it is. This is not about racism. This is the truth. Okay? They bring in people who would enforce their whiteness. Anybody who's not black and born in this country. It is really hard for us to get a job. And people say we're lazy and want to be on welfare, et cetera, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say that there aren't some people that have that mindset. But there's people in all races, shades, and colors that have that mindset. You just have some lazy ass people. But the truth is not being spoken. And I'm here to speak it. Now, a lot of what the people that call themselves white America are dying out. People of all races are dying out. And so they bring in people with lighter shades of skin to reinforce the whiteness. I'm just going to tell it. So now we have these people in this country and they are getting security clearance. They don't mean this country any good, but they get security clearance and they get these jobs. What do they do for us in turn? Well, not for us. What do they do for the American government in turn? See, I hate Democrats. I really do. I hate everything that they stand for. I'm not saying that I love Republicans because I don't like what they stand for either. But Democrats, every time there is a Democrat president and the chair, all this crap happens. Don't think that it's not planned out. These are pandemics. COVID, the food hikes, the chicken wing shortage, and now the gas shortage. Okay, so you bring these people in, you grant them security clearance, and in turn they screw you. They hack everything, but they can't hack it if you hadn't granted them access to it in the first place. I hate the American government. I really do. And yes, I'm saying it. Reason being, they don't give a damn about the people. It's all about their old wretched asses. Old, hateful, mean, greedy asses. Oh, tell me to go back to Africa so I can tell you I've never been there. But go find out where your family came from and take your ass back there. Anti-who's and anti-ways. This country used to stand for something. Amidst all the racism, it used to stand for something. We built our own. People took pride in everything they did, whether it was knitting a sweater, making a pair of curtains, building a vehicle. The people stood for something. The woodsman loved his craft. Now I said I wasn't going to go there. It was today, people don't give a damn about what they make. They don't care about talent or skill. It's all about the filthy dollar. Can you take that filthy dollar with you? Can you take it with you? If you're not going to do something to the best of your ability, don't do it. Now, America has nothing made here. It's very rare you find anything that says made in America. What happened to the pride of America? Most of the sewing factories' doors are closed because the garment district wants cheap labor. And the garments are reflecting cheapness. You cannot even go into the store and purchase furniture. It's got to be made and come from overseas in China. And once you get it, it's a piece of shit. You can't walk into the store and buy washer and dryer and think that you're going to have it delivered. You can't go get a stove. I think I haven't purchased one. You can't go get a stove because they have nothing in stock. Everything has to come from overseas. And in the middle of that shipment, the manufacturers are complaining now that China is charging them double and triple as the shipment is coming across the ocean. You guys, America has done us in. They have done us in. The government has done us in. It is time we quit the bullshit and get our acts together. We're fighting and killing one another, and they're sitting back and enjoying it. They're enjoying the fruits of their labor. They really are. They're enjoying the fruits of their labor. So now it's up to you and to me, to all of us, to get our shit together. And what I'm saying is, if you have a skill or you have a talent, start creating and caring about what you're creating. Because we need one another in this country right now. Whatever you can create, create it. Let's go back to the bartering system. Render unto Caesar what is his. Grant him his paper money. Go back to the pride of America. All right, you guys. I love you. Sorry I had to take it there, but you know that I'm going to give you the raw truth. I'm going to give you the raw truth. Have an awesome Tuesday, May the 11th. Have an awesome Tuesday. And I pray that something grand that happens for you this week. I love you all. Peace.